A dark cloud hanging over Hollywood as writers and actors are simultaneously on strike for the first time since 1960. Both unions and studios are deeply split on streaming compensation and the threats to come from technology, including AI. But how costly will this disagreement be for the industry? Here to break it all down is Yahoo Finance's Alexandra Canal. And Ali, how costly could this be?
Well, a heck of a lot, Shauna, and a lot is at stake, too. Moody's had a new report out earlier today estimating the projected cost of what the current Director Guild contract, along with the eventual contracts with both the actors and writers, could cost these media companies. And Moody's estimates that it's anywhere between $450 million to $600 million more each year. Moody's also laid out the sectors of the industry most exposed to a prolonged strike, saying movie theater companies are most at risk due to their reliance on new content. Also at risk are diversified media companies transitioning to streaming from linear TV, given those secular declines that we've seen. But streaming-facing companies, those platforms with limited to no exposure to linear declines, they remain best positioned, along with those media companies that have a more global overseas presence and strong balance sheets. Moody's called out a slew of companies that are best positioned to weather this storm, including Netflix, Comcast, Fox, Sony Group, along with some of those newer participants like Apple and Amazon. But guys, this is something that is likely going to continue, and Moody's said that this will likely be a very long strike. And currently there's no end in sight. The writers' strike is in its third month. We just saw the actors' strike happen at the end of last week. You know, you have to wonder when we can finally reach an agreement here.
So Ali, you know, that divide that you talked about between the tech companies and then sort of the pure play, you know, studios like a Paramount, it's an interesting one because we've heard, for example, in the field about, you know, is there a divide that could emerge here? Could there be a deal made with somebody like a Paramount, maybe even a Warner Media, those who have been on the studio side, but Netflix, Apple, Amazon continuing to be holdouts?
That's a possibility because Netflix, they're not going to be the first company to cave, right? They're a profitable business right now. They have a lot of content at their disposal. They could be okay with a strike that lasts for a while, whereas, like you said, a Paramount, for example, that has CBS as a network, they can't really survive a strike that is super long. We've heard that if the actors' strike goes past September 1st, that creates even more headwinds for this ecosystem overall. So, I mean, maybe I would be surprised. I think they're going to try and band together, but that's certainly a possibility considering this huge divide and those companies that are most and least at risk moving forward.
Finally, Ali, I'm putting you on the spot a bit, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on what we heard from Barry Diller over the weekend. He made some headlines saying essentially, look, if this continues in its current form, this could lead to a collapse of this industry. He also suggested a September 1st deadline, but also that, look, everybody is paid really well at the top. So the executives take a 25% cut, the top paid actors take a 25% cut.
Yeah,
what are the chances?
I mean, I don't think the top paid actors are going to want to do that, but that was his suggestion, right? I mean, those that are paid well, you're going to have to sacrifice for those lower paying actors. I mean, if you have a Meryl Streep coming in there and saying that she'll take a pay cut, I'm sure actors would champion that. But I just don't know if that's what we're going to see. I think, you know, the pessimist inside me thinks that people are a little greedy at heart. So I think there needs to be a broad establishment of these streaming compensation, of these how you pay people at the end of the day. So I'm not quite sure if I think that what his suggestion is going to play out, but you never know. I mean, September 1st is right around the corner, though. So, I mean, you only got a month here, and I doubt we're going to get any deal by that point.
Yeah, that seems like a very ambitious timeline. Right before the Emmys, though, right?
True. I guess if you want to have that award show on, the show must go on, as they say.
Well, 25% pay cut, that would certainly narrow the gap.
Yeah.
Pretty substantially, but I agree with you. I don't know if exactly the actors and executives are going to be on board with that big of a cut. All right, Ali, thanks so much.